And outside of him, out of Larchwood, the 27 of Kevin Joachim. Inside of row 3, out of Lake Preston, driving the number 19, it's Tracy Johnson. And outside of him, out of Flandreau, the 15A of Kurt Allers. Inside of your final row, out of Dune, he drives the number 4 car. That is Jackson Mulder. And outside of him, the 34 of Miles Bean.
Flag is out. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L Storage and Service, Flandreau, South Dakota. Tyler Johnson off to the early race lead. The number 91 machine, Kevin Joachim, looking to settle into that second spot, and he will. Joachim in the second machine of Dylan Ricks running in that third spot, under attack for Tracy Johnson, and now Quentin Johnson looking to get into the mix as well. Tyler Johnson, your race leader. Tyler Johnson, Kevin Joachim, Tracy Johnson, your top 3. And Dylan Ricks looking to get that Tracy Johnson running in third in the gold 19 machine. Dylan Ricks running in that 4th position. Tyler Johnson, your race leader. Tyler Johnson in the number 91 is Kurt Allers, slows at the back of the pack. And Allers going to go off the track in that 15A and retire from this race. Tyler Johnson in the number 91, your race leader. Tracy Johnson will move into that second spot in the number 19. Tracy Johnson into second, shoveling Kevin Joachim back to third. And in that 4th and final transfer spot, it's a Ricks versus Ricks battle. Dylan Ricks in the 45D. Jackson Mulder, I should say. Dylan Ricks and Jackson Mulder battling it out for that 4th position on the field. Top 4 will hit the redraw. Top 5 to the A feature. Jackson Mulder for 4th spot as Miles Bean pulls off turn number 3 and retires from tonight's heat race. Tyler Johnson, your race leader. Tyler Johnson with the race lead. Tracy Johnson, Kevin Joachim, your top 3. Jackson Mulder running in 4th. Dylan Ricks and Quentin Johnson with 2 to go. Tyler Johnson, your race leader. USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L Storage and Service, here tonight at the Rapid Speedway AG Pros Night at the Rapid Speedway tonight. Glad to have you along with Tyler Johnson, your race leader, coming off of 4 down the front stretch to the white flag. Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, Kevin Joachim, Jackson Mulder, Dylan Ricks, and Quentin Johnson, your field. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the USRA B-Modifieds. Tyler Johnson, your heat race winner.
Tyler Johnson grabbing the heat race win. Tracy Johnson coming home in second. Kevin Joachim in third. Jackson Mulder grabs that 4th and final redraw spot. And Dylan Ricks will join them in tonight's A feature. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, get your chance to head on down that concession stands. Grab something great to eat in between some of these races. If you enjoy the flavors of Rapid Speedway, that's because we are flavored by Papa's Seasoning out of Steen, Minnesota. Locally made and owned out of Steen, Minnesota. You can grab Papa's Seasoning at your local Sunshine Foods.
Second of 3 heat races for the USRA B-Modifieds tonight. J&L Storage and Service bringing you the racing action for the USRA B-Mods. We're under green. Second of 3 heat races for the B-Modifieds. Lyndon Johnson looking on the top side in the number 11 machine. He'll race out to that early race lead. Damian Vandenberg into that second spot. Andrew Allers in third position. Caleb Motter, your top 4 for the time being. Second of 3 heat races for the USRA B-Modifieds. Lap number 1 in heat race number 2. Caleb Motter holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot into the redraw right now. Your top 5 looks like the 21 machine, 21T of Trevor Tesh. Trevor Tesh, 21T. Now Tyler Tesh of the 22 team moving up into that 4th position, shuffling Motter back into 5th spot as Lyndon Johnson continues to lead. Lyndon Johnson, your race leader. Andrew Allers running in 2nd position, and Tyler Tesh looking for that 3rd spot to the good side of Damian Vandenberg. Tyler Tesh is there. That takes away 3rd from Vandenberg. Vandenberg back to 4th, and Motter still in 5th. Caleb Motter moving into that fourth position. Motter slides up in front of Vandenberg. Andrew Allers, heartbreak for Allers, running in that second position, slows on the backstretch and pulls off the track. Tough break for the 14A of Andrew Allers. Lyndon Johnson, your race leader. Johnson in the 11 machine with the race lead. Tyler Tesh, Trevor Tesh, and Caleb Motter, your top four, with Vandenberg running in fifth spot. Top four will hit the redraw. Top five make it through to tonight's A feature for the USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L Storage and Service. J&L Storage and Service of Flandreau, South Dakota. Lyndon Johnson, your race leader in the 11 machine, coming off of 4. 2 to go this time by. Johnson, Tyler Tesh, Trevor Tesh, and Caleb Motter, your top four. Damian Vandenberg. And rounding out the field, the 45R of Dale Ricks Jr. A white flag coming out this time around for the 11 of Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson, your race leader. 7 3 races for the USRA B-Modifieds here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. J&L Storage and Service of Flandreau, South Dakota, bringing you the B-Mods here. Heat race winner, the 11 of Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson grabbing heat race number 2. Second and third belong to the Teshes, Tyler and Trevor. Fourth place to Caleb Motter, and Damian Vandenberg will grab that final spot into tonight's A feature. Inside of your fourth and final row out of Matlock, Iowa, driving the 20S, it's Jason Stegeman. Third and final heat race here tonight in your B-Mods, 8 laps of distance. Top 5 cars are in, top 4 will redraw.
USRA B-Modifieds third and final heat race coming to the track. J&L Service and Storage, Flandreau, South Dakota, bringing you the racing action. Green is in the air. Green is out for the third and final heat race. USRA B-Modifieds. Derek Van Veldhuizen off to the early race lead. Dave Kennedy moving into that second spot. Dustin Johnson in third. Randy Van Veldhuizen looking to the inside of Johnson for that third position as Derek Van Veldhuizen, your race leader. With the race lead, Dave Kennedy in second spot. Dustin Johnson holding on to third position. Van Veldhuizen and Kroc round out your top 5 for the time being. Third and final heat race for the USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L Service and Storage of Flandreau, South Dakota. Here tonight at the Rapid Speedway, Derek Van Veldhuizen, your race leader. Dave Kennedy, Randy Van Veldhuizen, your top 3. Dustin Johnson and Trevor Kroc, your top 5 on the field. Kroc looking at the inside of Dustin Johnson for that fourth and final transfer spot into the redraw. Trevor Kroc is there. Trevor Kroc is into the fourth and final transfer spot into the redraw tonight. Dustin Johnson, your top 5, as Alex Wiertzma goes off the track. He'll shuffle to the back of the pack. Derek Van Veldhuizen, your race leader in the number 20 machine. Van Veldhuizen with the race lead. Dave Kennedy. Randy Van Veldhuizen and Trevor Kroc, your top 4. Dustin Johnson holding on to that fifth and final transfer spot into tonight's A feature. Stegeman and Wiertzma on the outside looking in presently. Third and final heat race for the USRA B-Modifieds here tonight in the Rapid Speedway. Stock car heat races coming up next. Stock car heat races to follow our B-Modified heat races here tonight. AV Pros night at the Rapid Speedway. Derek Van Veldhuizen, your race leader, with 2 to go. Van Veldhuizen with the race lead. Dave Veldhuizen slows a bit in that third position, allowing Trevor Kroc to catch up. And Trevor Kroc going to make the pass on the high side for that third spot around the 66R of Randy Van Veldhuizen. Van Veldhuizen battling back on the bottom side. Derek Van Veldhuizen, your race leader at the white flag. Trevor Kroc moving up to third. Randy Van Veldhuizen back to fourth. Dustin Johnson, your top 5 here in this third and final heat race. Checkers come out this time around. Derek Van Veldhuizen, your heat race winner.
Third and final heat race belongs to Derek Van Veldhuizen. Dave Kennedy coming home in that second spot ahead of Trevor Kronk. Randy Van Veldhuizen and Dustin Johnson, your top five. Quentin Johnson, Dale Ricks Jr., row one. Jason Stegeman, Alex Wiertzma, row two. Andrew and Kurt Allers in row three. And Miles Veen tagging the back of the field. Miles not going to make the call.
Well, we got 6 cars, only 5 going to make it through. USRA B-Modified B feature, J&L Storage and Service. Bringing you the race in action. J&L Storage and Service, Plandreau, South Dakota. Green flag is in the air for our B-Modified B feature. Quentin Johnson off to the early race lead. Quentin Johnson will pick up the early race lead, and Dale Ricks Jr. into that second spot. Stegeman running in third position, and down the bottom side, Andrew Allers as Stegeman goes around on the entry to turn number 4. Caution will come out. Caution coming out for Stegeman going around in the number 20 machine, and Stegeman, if he looks to retire, that should leave us with our 5, I believe. USRA B-Modified B feature here tonight. As Stegeman has pulled in, it looks like he has retired from the B feature. That should leave us with the 5 left on the track.
Well, with only 5 cars left on the raceway, well, we're going to reshuffle here. What we're doing is Alex Wiertzma will go to the back of the pack. We are going to pull the checkered on this one. Top 5 cars will make it in. Wiertzma was in that 5th spot, so we'll let him cross the line in that position. Checkers will fly. That'll bring an end to this B feature. We got 5 cars out there. 5 cars are moving on. No need to waste our time.
So the checkers will fly this time down the front stretch, and these 5 will make it through to tonight's A feature for the USRA B-Modifieds.
Inside row number 9, driving the 45R, that is Dale Ricks Jr. And outside of him, the 14A of Andrew Allers. Inside of your 10th and final row, driving the 15A, it is Kurt Allers. And outside of him, the A13X, that is Alex Wiertzma. 15 laps the distance, J&L Sales and Storage B-Modifieds.
USRA B-Modified A feature here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. AV Pro Night at the Rapid Speedway here tonight. Our 4th of 5 A features on the docket for you tonight. Randy Van Veldhuizen, Jackson Mulder up front on row 1. Green flag in the air. We're B-Mod racing. Jackson Mulder on the high side in that white 4 machine as Kevin Joachim slows through the field off the track on the exit of turn number 2 and down the back stretch. Randy Van Veldhuizen battling back on the bottom side. Van Veldhuizen and Mulder for the race lead. It's Van Veldhuizen followed by Mulder. Like Tyler Johnson, your top 5 as Dave Kennedy off the track, off the exit of 2 and down the backstretch. Tyler Johnson running in 5th, Tracy Johnson 6th, Randy Van Veldhuizen, Jackson Mulder side by side for the race. Caution will come off for Dave Kennedy. Dave Kennedy couldn't get back around and going. He went off of turn number 2 and off the backstretch. The 21K is still out there. Off the backstretch, couldn't get back around and going, so the caution will come out for Diggity. Jackson Mulder, your race leader with 2 laps down in your USRA B-Modified A feature here tonight. J&L Storage and Service bringing you the racing action. Green flag is in the air. Tonight's B-Modified A feature, Tyler Johnson now slowing at the top of turn 2, quickly becoming a Bermuda Triangle out on the track here tonight. Jackson Mulder, your race leader in the number 4 machine. Mulder with the race lead. Trevor Tesh will move into that top 5. Now Tyler Johnson moving up on the top side, the number 91 machine. And Tyler Johnson rallies back to that 4th position. Tyler Johnson up top, Tracy Johnson down low as they're battling out for 4th spot. Right behind the 6R, Tracy Johnson slowing up and collected by the Tyler Tesh. Johnson will go around on the front stretch, and the caution will come out. Looked like Tracy Johnson had slowed up there. The 22T of Tyler Tesh gets into him.
Tough rake there. Tracy Johnson had made his way into the top 5. Tracy Johnson inside of the raceway. We're getting a look at it here on AdvantageRacing.tv. Looked like going into turn 3, Van Veldhuizen got into his right rear, flattened the right rear, and that's what sent him around as the right rear went down on the 19 car. Cars have been told to jump into their Delaware restart. Mulder out in front. He has the point. Double file behind him. 4 laps down, 11 laps remain.
Jackson Mulder leads them to the green flag. Head flag man Cody Johnson gives them the sign. Green is in the air. On the restart, Tyler Johnson dipping down low. That number 91 machine. Tyler Johnson will snake the late race lead early. Jackson Mulder will battle back on the top side in the number 4 machine. Johnson and Mulder running 1 and 2 as we complete another lap. Tyler Johnson. Trevor Tesh, Derek Van Veldhuizen, they're side by side for 3rd spot. Lyndon Johnson making his way into the top 5. Lyndon Johnson putting that dirt nip chassis 11 machine back into the top 5. However, Tyler Tesh rallying back on the bottom side. Tyler Tesh inside of Lyndon Johnson for that 5th spot. Now they'll battle it out. Got a battle for 3rd and a battle for 5th happening on the track presently. Meanwhile, up front, Tyler Johnson, your race leader in the number 91. Tyler Johnson, Jackson Mulder, Derek Van Veldhuizen, Trevor Tesh, Tyler Tesh, and Lyndon Johnson. Van Veldhuizen all by his lonesome in 7th spot right now in that 66R. And the 2nd wave of cars behind him. Tyler Johnson at halfway, your race leader in the number 91 machine. Tyler Johnson with the race lead. Jackson Mulder, Derek Van Veldhuizen, Trevor Tesh, and Lyndon Johnson, your top 5 in the field. USRA B-Modifieds presented by J&L Service and Storage, Plandrew, South Dakota. Tyler Johnson in the 91, your race leader. Dustin Johnson in the back of the pack up the top side of turns 3 and 4, able to keep it on the track and keep us green flag positions. Tyler Johnson with the race lead. Jackson Mulder hounding him, looking at the top side. Johnson on the bottom side. Johnson and Mulder running 1 and 2 as they set sail on the rest of the field. Tyler Johnson down low. Jackson Mulder up high. Mulder will get the high side run off the exit of 2 to get neck and neck into 3. Tyler Johnson looking good low in the number 91 through turns 3 and 4. Off of 4 down the front stretch. They're neck and neck at the flag stand. Tyler Johnson down low. Jackson Mulder up top. Tesh and Van Veldhuizen side by side for 3rd spot. Tesh and Johnson side by side for 5th spot. Great battles here in the top 5 for position. Our B-Modified A tonight. Mulder takes over the lead on that last lap. Johnson will battle back on the bottom side. Jackson Mulder too strong up top of the number 4 machine, and Mulder will take over the race lead. Tyler Johnson back low side, the number 91. 2 to go this time by Jackson Mulder, your race leader. Jackson Mulder with the race lead. Tyler Johnson, Derek Mandel, Dyson, Trevor Tett, and Lyndon Johnson, your top 5 on the field. USRA B-Modified 8 featured tonight in the Rapid Speedway AU Pro Night. Jackson Mulder, your race leader in the white flag. Mulder and Johnson running 1 and 2. Derek Mandel, Dyson, Trevor Tett, Lyndon Johnson, your top 5. J&L Service and Storage, Blandrew, South Dakota, bring you the USRA B-Modifieds, your 8th feature winner tonight, the 4 of Jackson Mulder. And we got some flame under the 80 of Dustin Johnson on the refire down there. It turns 1 and 2 following the completion of this one. Looks like he's got her fired. And Dustin Johnson able to pull away. Pulling into Pizza Ranch victory lane, the 4 of Jackson Mulder. Wait for Jackson to climb out of the car down here in Pizza Ranch victory lane. Here he is. He's coming out of the car. Jackson Mulder, your A feature winner tonight. And let's take it down to Pizza Ranch victory lane. Joel Viss with some words from tonight's winner.
Well, we've got an excited one down here. Jackson Mulder making your way. Jackson, this was a good one. You got to walk us through this. You had the lead, you lost the lead, you got it back. Walk us through it.
Oh, man, those first few laps, they're watching the sprint car race. It didn't look like there was much on the top side. They were all fishtailing. Their cars were kind of all over the place. And then those first couple laps, I couldn't clear Randy. And I was like, bottom side's there. I got to make the top side work. I can't move down. And then off to the lead, I got those couple yellows and stuff, and I heard the 91 was in third or whatever when they were calling the lineup, and here comes something crazy, and sure enough, I thought he was going there for a little while, but he went down to the bottom, and I just stayed committed to the top side, and it ended up working out.
Well, it definitely worked out, and yeah, a battle of attrition out there. Just keep burning the laps away. And when you get alongside, always fun when you get to race with Tyler Johnson. Those guys are great competitors.
Oh, man, they're always fast. They don't mess up. They don't miss their line. You got to be perfect when you're running against them. And as you're running out there, I could smell the tires tonight start burning. I didn't want to use the tires up too much, but.
Well, nonetheless, you find your way back to victory lane. Another one notched in the book. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Jackson Mulder, your B-Mod winner.